Hello, viewer. Welcome to another exciting time in the world of football. You're welcome to Football Flakes here on Flip TV. Yes, my name is Wilfred Willie, and together with me by my right I have.
Welcome viewers. My name is Sadiq Oyinen.
And to the left I have.
Welcome viewers. This is Sunday Junior.
Yes, the world of football happening live today, tomorrow, and as the week goes by. Yes, you're welcome to Football Flakes. Here we'll talk about everything football, everything you need to know, from the standout players to the team to the tactics to the formation. Everything will be briefly analyzed and speedily analyzed to you. Yes, Chelsea take on Lille in the UEFA Champions League. We're moving on straight to the headline for today's take. Chelsea take on Lille in a much anticipated Champions League football action later today, live and direct here on Flip TV. Now, looking at Lille aims to be party poopers against Chelsea. Lille aims to be party poopers against Chelsea. Before I go into details on this match that's set to happen today, 9 p.m. Central African time, Mr. Sadiq, what do you think about this Chelsea-Lille football that's taking place today? How bad do you think Chelsea need to win this first leg of football against Lille?
I think I'll give the credit to Chelsea. Chelsea will play a lot of better games, and Chelsea will be in the possession. Let me say throughout the game. Like everyone know, Chelsea as the champions of Europe and currently the world champions. Chelsea are going to perform perfectly. Or let me say they'll perform really better than the Lille squad. They have been performing week in, week out, playing so many competitions, and I think the match will be very good for Chelsea. But I don't see Chelsea scoring a lot of goals. If you check their recent matches, Chelsea have not been scoring a lot of goals. Just a goal or two.
So they get the 3 points.
They get the 3 exactly. They get the 3, but that's the most important thing. No matter how they'll play, the most important thing is just get the goal and 3 points home. And this also said that is if you check the Chelsea squad, there'll be a lot of fatigue there. Look at especially from the midfield area to the attacking aspect. I think defenders, they can still manage, and they'll be playing week in, week out. You can check Anthony Rudiger. He has been playing almost all the matches, and I think hopefully Thiago Silva will also start tonight for Chelsea. So I think Chelsea can really perform better, especially in the defensive aspect. But the attacking is not so bright. It has not been so entertaining in the attacking aspect. But
not too much goals.
Not too much goals exactly from Chelsea.
But
I think hopefully Chelsea will perform. I think they'll get the 3 points, especially when they are playing the Stamford Bridge, a home game for them against Lille.
Okay, Chelsea set to get all 3 points against Lille. So yes, Mr. Sunday, do you agree with Mr. Sadiq that Chelsea are set to clinch all 3 points against Lille?
I actually agree with him because as it stands now, the team Chelsea right now, they are actually not smiling. Actually not smiling. The only place they can actually improve on is actually the areas they actually mentioned, the striking positions, because we find out in recent matches Chelsea have not been scoring
much goals,
a lot of goals and all that. So and still I still feel they need to improve defensively too also, because if you look at their recent matches, find out that Chelsea are being penetrated easily right now. But I can actually give them the benefit of doubt for the fact that they have actually participated in so many competitions. So they might be having fatigue and all that. So tonight's game I actually see Chelsea winning, because Lille are actually no match for Chelsea. Now it is actually football, anything can happen, but Lille, looking at their form in the league, the way they have played, I find that they are actually of no match to Chelsea actually.
No threat.
So I see Chelsea winning this one. This
Okay, yes, Chelsea set to win in a very much exciting showdown at the Stamford Bridge later tonight in the UEFA Champions League game. Now looking at Chelsea versus Lille, fact, holdouts Chelsea continue their defense of the UEFA Champions League against Lille, who are in the round of 16 for the first time in 15 years. While Chelsea are at this stage of the 16th time, LOC only previous last 16 to come came in 2006-2007 when their challenge was ended by home and away defeats against English opposition. Yes, the fact is saying Lille, this is their round of 16 for the first time. You think this being the first time Lille has been in the round of 16 is going to be a morale booster for their team?
For me, I can't say it's going to be a moral booster. You know, if you're not consistent in a competition, you can't. I don't think they can really perform better. Look at Chelsea for the past 5 to 6 seasons. They've always been in a Europa. Apart from even round of 16, they are always in a European competition. Look at the Europa League. I think they were in the Europa League twice, and the first time they qualified for the Europa League, they won the Europa League, and the second time also that they were in the Europa League, they also won it. That's twice in their history going to the Europa League, they won it at the same time. And look at them, if they're not in the Europa League, they're always in the Champions League, and they're always making impacts, if not the round of 16 or quarterfinals. You know, you can see the improvement in the team. But talking about Lille, they've been in the round of 16, or let me say in European competition since 2007, and you know the fighting spirit won't be there for them. They can just take it as just a normal match, or they can just take that it's just an important match rather. But the fighting spirit might not be so powerful like the one Chelsea is going to have tonight. Look at Real Madrid, for example. Now they are always in the European competition, the Champions League. Look at them now. They clinched the Champions League 3 times consecutively. The last time in the Champions League, I think they were eliminated by Chelsea, also in the semi-final. You can see the impact they had again in the semi-final, and now they are also in the quarter-final, in the round of 16 rather. So the more you play a competition, I think the more you get better in the competition. So I think Chelsea are still ahead of Lille tonight.
Okay, Chelsea are still ahead of Lille tonight. Now, what the coaches have to say against this match? Thomas Tuchel, Chelsea's manager, came out to say, we all know how physical French football is. The attacking players are physical, how brave they are in one-on-ones, very disciplined against the ball, and the Lille have the chance to play the game as underdogs. It will be like always, we respect the game, respect for the opponent, and prepare the team as we always do. While the head coach of Lille, Jocelyn, and come out to say, we had a difficult start in the Champions League. No one saw us finishing top of the group, but we defied expectations. It will be an extra step tomorrow against the defending champions. It's an enormous challenge. And also, I've heard that the coach said that Chelsea's they are a good attacking side, but they have this weak point in their defensive lineup. So, do you agree with the coach of Lille? And do you think Chelsea needs to improve in this defensive side, or what do you think Chelsea can come out tactically? How do you think Chelsea can set up their tactical formation to counter what the coach has to say about that?
Like I said, in the last I said Chelsea really needs to improve defensively. Actually, now if you watch their last match against Crystal Palace, you find that Zaha actually cut in to the defense easily. All right, but I'll give Chelsea a benefit of that because they have like let's say 2 of their key men out in the defense, the likes of Reece James and the likes of Chilwell. So I think that has had a major impact in that defense. But Lille's coach coming out to say he feels Chelsea has he might actually have a point because
you think he has a way that will penetrate the defense, because don't forget Lille qualified first in their top group. Nobody saw that coming. Yeah,
of course. Yeah, that was that I said he actually has a point, because if you look at the way Lille has been playing in recent matches. Now, if you look at their beginning of the season, it wasn't so good. But the way they are playing in recent matches, they actually, I think they actually had a draw against PSG.
Sure, yeah.
So you find that they are improving, and their attacking power is actually increasing. Now, for them playing this round of 16 for the first time, it will make the game very, very difficult for Chelsea, because they are going to have a morale booster. Because definitely you are coming for the first time. So you want to play to win, all right? But the only thing they might lack is actually experience, because Chelsea is a more experienced side. So I think in the Champions League, when it comes to the Champions League, experience actually comes up tops. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, yes, Chelsea, the more experienced side in the Champions League. Hopefully they'll come out on top against Lille later tonight. Yes, if you're just joining us, you're welcome to Football Flakes. Here we'll talk about everything football. Yes, we're talking about the Champions League games happening today and tomorrow. For today's game, we have Chelsea Lille, and in a matter of time, we'll be looking at the Villarreal Juventus game that is still set for later today. But yes, Chelsea handed double injury boost. Yes, the likes of Mason Mount and I think Cesar Puerta, they are set to play and they are fit, and they have players coming in back from the injury. So before we dive into this, let me just read into details a little bit. Head coach Thomas Tuchel has Thomas Tuchel, as my friend Sadiq always call him, has suggested that Cesar Puerta and Mason Mount are both pushing to return to the Chelsea squad for Tuesday's Champions League meeting with Lille. Both players were absent for the Premier League before, with Crystal Palace at the weekend, with Puerta carrying a groin issue and Mason Mount having recently suffered ankle ligament damage. Now, these both players are going to be fit for the Lille's game. Do you think Thomas Tuchel was going to start with Mason Mount and Puerta, or he was going to restructure the lineup and give them a little bit time to at least be rested for the game?
I'm talking about Mason Mount. It's I think he trained yesterday with other players, but I don't think it's going to be lined up or even going to be on the sideline on the bench. So I think hopefully the conference Thomas Tuchel held yesterday, I think he was giving a statement that Reece James and Mason Mount, that possibly, or if he's going to assure Chelsea fans, maybe 90%, that is very, very sure that both Mason Mount and Reece James are going to start in the Carabao Cup final on Sunday. That's against Liverpool. So I'm not sure Mason Mount is going to be on the sideline or on in the starting lineup tonight against Lille. I'm talking about Cesar Azpilicueta also. I think it's going to be so early for him also, having a groin injury against Crystal Palace. I think he's going to be available after the League Cup against Liverpool. Maybe hopefully a week after it's going to be available. But I think the players that are available now should be the one to be enough for him to start them.
Okay, now looking at Chelsea Lille, who is your standout player for this match for Chelsea? Being the hosting team for this game, who do you think will stand out for Chelsea, and who is going to make the difference? And in their approach style of play, who is going to make the difference for Chelsea?
Yeah, I think the people right now that are still going to make the difference for Chelsea, I'm actually the first person is actually Mateo Kovacic. The first person should be that is in the midfield area. I expect him to boss the possession and boss the midfield, and in the defense, looking at the defense, I'm looking at Antonio Rudiger. Right, he has been ever present for Chelsea, consistent, week in, week out, and that guy, I actually don't see him slowing down anytime soon. Then at the front, the person I want to make a difference so badly, I want him to step up.
Lukaku.
Because it's very, very important.
Yeah.
I think he needs to step up. Exactly.
Really,
especially this game that's coming.
For Lukaku, he just needs to adapt.
For how long will it take Romelu Lukaku to adapt to the game?
Now, because if you look at Lukaku, he has actually thrived in playing in a particular system that has two strikers up front. If you look at Everton, Everton never played him as a one-man striker.
Okay.
Yes, it's just that maybe in some games where they need to play a single striker, they'll play. But Everton's way of setting up, they never played him as a one-man striker. He was virtually pairing with almost all the time the person's supporting him. Then at Everton, it looked like the likes of Ross Barkley. That's why I found that they actually scored so many goals when they were at Everton. Ross Barkley and
Lukaku, sure.
I said that. So when he went to Manchester United wanted to use him as a lone striker. He didn't perform so well. So
I think at some time they were pairing him with Marcus Rashford, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, now he went to Inter Milan. I found that he worked out very well between him and
Martinez.
So when he came to Chelsea, he found out that he's just the only one, because the way Chelsea has set up their team since 2004, they have been thriving with a single striker. Look at the likes of Didier Drogba, the likes of
Diego Costa.
I think so. Any striker that is actually coming into Chelsea right now should be the
Alvaro
Morata. He should have the ability to play as a single man. I think that you see the likes of Shevchenko that were thriving in other clubs with two people by their side. The likes of Shevchenko, the likes of Torres.
Torres.
They actually did not thrive when they came to Chelsea because
Morata.
that top 9 position in Chelsea actually demands a lot. So, and Chelsea as a team normally they don't play too many. So for me, Lukaku needs to adapt.
But do you think Chelsea to
But
change their style play because of Lukaku?
No, it's not possible.
It's not possible.
For because a single player, the coach has to change his tactics. It's not possible. And I think he stylishly changed his formation. I think when he came to Chelsea, he was using the 3-4-3 formation, or you can say 3-4-2-1 formation. And now he's using 4-2-2-2 at times. Or I think stylishly is changing the formation, and you can see that is working for the midfielders, and also let me say the most informed player at Chelsea, that's Hakim Ziyech. You can see his game has changed. He has been playing so well. Look at Mateo Kovacic also. I think last season he's not scoring some goals. I think this season now he has been trying, moving forward better than last season. Look at the leg of N'Golo Kante also. Look at the Crystal Palace match when Malang Sarr gave him a true pass that although he tried, he made an attempt, but the ball was saved by the goalkeeper. Checking the Chelsea team now, most of the midfielders now, they are having the chance to get into the box to if possible they can take the shot. Now what I'm just trying to say is now that the coach I think he has changed his style of play stylishly, but I think the problem now is that Lukaku is not adapting so well with the style, and if hopefully Chelsea can get on that striker in the summer, if anything can work out, but I'm not sure Chelsea can allow Lukaku to leave because of the money they spent on him in the transfer window. So I just think with time Lukaku will adapt.
Okay, with time, hopefully Lukaku will adapt to Chelsea. Today is going to be a tough game, Chelsea versus Lille. If you're just joining us, welcome to Football Flakes. Here we'll talk about everything football. We'll be talking about the Champions League set to hold later tonight. Chelsea versus Lille is going to be a tough match, a very intriguing and scintillating match to watch. 9 p.m. Central African time. Yes, moving real quick at lightning speed, we're going to go to the next match of the day, of the night rather. Villarreal versus Juventus. Yes, Villarreal take on Juventus. Obviously, Juventus are the favourites to win Villarreal
tonight.
But the Nigerian man, Chukwueze, is seeking his first ever Champions League start in 140th game for Villarreal. Chukwueze has not started in the Champions League game since his 140th game. This will be his 140th game for Villarreal, but he's yet to start. Now, before we go into details on that, I'm going to read up some facts about Villarreal. Yes, Nigerian winger Samuel Chukwueze will be seeking to start in 4 games in the UEFA Champions League. Yes, he's seeking to start 4 games in the UEFA Champions League in Villarreal for the side. Now, looking at Chukwueze, do you think Chukwueze can make a difference in this Villarreal lineup? Chukwueze is seeking to start. He has not found favour in the MU coach, the coach of Villarreal. Yes, he has not started any game in the Champions League stage since he has been playing for Villarreal. So how far do you think him starting this game is important to Villarreal? Will it be a morale booster for them against the likes of Juventus? Knowing fully well that yes, okay, Juventus are the favourites to win this match, but how far do you think Villarreal can come in the test to stand against Juventus?
Now if you look at Chukwueze, you find that he just actually came back from injury, and I think he's slowly getting back to his best because he actually left for a very, very long time on the sidelines, and I think he's slowly coming back to his best. So I think him clamoring for his start for against Juventus, I think it will come so soon for him because he needs to be at his best to play Juventus. Now this is why he's saying that he hasn't started maybe a Champions League game for
Villarreal.
The fact that Villarreal are not Champions League consistent, alright. So because if not, they would have actually been you would have at least played the match. But right now, for me, I will go with the coach actually because he's just returning back to fitness, and if you want to play the likes of Juventus, you need quality fit players, right? Players that actually understand your game. Now, I'm not saying that if he's being placed in the team,
he won't perform.
He will not make the difference. I'm not saying that, but I think this Juventus game is actually coming too fast for him, right? So I if he wants to play, if he wants to be in the team, he needs to step up his game, and he will see himself in the team.
Yes, Villarreal and Juventus are the only round of 16 opponents never to have met before. The Yellow Submarine have made it this far only twice previously, winning on each occasion before literally suffering elimination at the hands of Arsenal. Their first appearance in 13 years also pits them against vulnerable opponents. The Old Lady appearing in the knockout stage for the 8th season running and the 18th time overall. Juve have lost their last 2 ties on away goals. However, against Lyon in 2019-20 and Porto last season, just as Villarreal know they can't come up against their bogey team, the Gunners, beat them in their last game. Now, looking at this Villarreal and Juventus team, this will be their first time ever to meet
in the Champions League.
So, what is your prediction for this game, and what will you as well how they're looking to play in this game? I'll still come to you on that on the two games. Now, looking at this Juventus Villarreal, what is your score prediction for today's game against Juventus? Against Villarreal.
And I'm talking about the Villarreal versus Juventus. Currently, I think Juventus they're not having a good threat in the attack, because I think their key man, that's Dybala, I think is not going to start the match tonight, and I think he's one of their key players currently for Juventus. Or if I should come, although it's not possible for a single player to miss a match and should just decide that we are not sure the team is going to win the match tonight. There are also other players to make the difference, like Moskin, McKennie, and all other players. Alvaro Morata also is in the team. But I think I'm not so sure for Villarreal, but I think I'm giving the credit to Juventus. Let me say 2-1.
Juventus 2-1. Then for Chelsea.
For Chelsea, 2-0. Chelsea to win 2-0.
Chelsea to win 2-0. Juventus 2-1. Juventus to win. What were you on Sunday? The prediction for the 2 games coming up?
I'm looking at Juventus playing a 1-1 draw between Juventus and Villarreal, a 1-1 draw, and I'm looking at Chelsea 2-0.
Wow, wonderful. Chelsea to win for you, and Juventus to draw. Yeah. And still me. For me, Juventus, I think Juventus are going to come up on top. They're going to outclass Villarreal, and they're going to win the game 3-1. Juventus 3-1. And for Chelsea, it's going to be a straight win for Chelsea. That match is likely to end, let me see, 1-0. 1-0. Match likely to end 1-0. For those of you that play online betting, you can carry the match straight win and under
2.5.
2.5. It's going to be. It's not going to be much goals.
Under 2.5, you will lose.
It's going to be a goal galore. Looking at the Chelsea team.
Chelsea is actually going to score.
Because
this I not predict a 3-0, because I'm just giving the Lille side the benefit of that, because Chelsea are going to come all out. They are going to attack.
And again, they are playing a team that is not in the Premier League also.
Yeah, exactly. And you find that in the Champions League, Chelsea are actually scoring more goals. Look at their matches
against Juventus.
The only matches they have they just scored just 1 goal was, I think,
Juventus
and
Mamo in the second leg. Both in the second leg.
So I think that now, but in the other matches they actually scored more. Okay, Mamo, then also Zenit.
Also yes, in the second leg too.
In the first leg. In the second leg, when they went to Zenit, they actually played
3-3. Sure, a draw.
But Chelsea have been scoring goals
in the Champions League.
Sure. So I'm expecting a 2-0 or a 3-0.
Okay, yes, 2-0 or a 3-0. Now, looking at still on the Chelsea side, if you're just joining us, welcome to Football Flakes on FIP TV, where we'll talk about everything football. We're talking about the games happening today live here on Champions League game, the Chelsea versus Lille, and also the Villarreal versus Juventus. Still on this game, Thomas Tuchel have told us not to laugh at Lukaku. That this is not the time to laugh at Lukaku, even though Lukaku poor start of form. Now, looking at Thomas Tuchel comment over Lukaku, do you think Lukaku can still come out and prove himself as the world-class striker that he is, and give us this, let us know that okay, Lukaku is going to be an edge for Chelsea? He's going to be the star player. Is there going to be any time like that for Lukaku in today's game?
Sure. For me, I think in the club, that's Chelsea Football Club. Let me say there's a course on all strikers that Chelsea are always purchasing. Let me say the players that made it in the 9 positions. Let me say Didier Drogba and Diego Costa. I think they were perfect. They were scintillating. They were captivating. They did their work and there was no so much problem. But starting from Alvaro Morata, Fernando Torres, I think Tammy Abraham was a bit better when he was in Chelsea. So and other, even Shevchenko also. You know, you see those players. I think it's just a matter of time. You know, although a team like Chelsea, a top team in England, you know, is not, and again their owner, the Russian, you know, is always hungry for more trophies, for winning. You know, I think the best thing for them is just be patient. Look at the likes of Kevin De Bruyne when he was not performing when he was in Chelsea. He was sold out to Wolfsburg, and look at De Bruyne now to the world. He has, you know, is a world class midfielder. Look at Mohamed Salah also when he was in Chelsea. I think I'm not sure he played up to 5 matches for Chelsea. He was loaned, it was sold out to other clubs, and now he's in the Premier League. I think he has scored his 150th goal for Liverpool. Now you can see that. And Lukaku also, I think he's a former Chelsea player. If he had been in Chelsea since then, I think he'll have his own legacy. But Chelsea were not so patient enough. They let him go. Everton, Manchester United, Inter Milan. Now he's back in Chelsea. I think if they can be patient for Lukaku, you know, he can get the form he had at Inter Milan, and you know, it will just be shocked. And what Thomas Tuchel said, that it's not the time for you to laugh Lukaku. I think there are some fans that everybody are not different, and we have the level in which everybody understands things are different. And talking about that, I think there are some fans that are laughing at Lukaku. That look at the person that was claiming the world class striker in Inter Milan, and now he's in Inter. Is not performing, or is just doing gibberish up and down. I think the best thing for them is just be patient. You know, that's the best thing. You should be patient. Come to, and although he has played in the Premier League, but yet he's back now. He still has to get his rhyme, and hopefully I think Lukaku can get better in every match. Or if Chelsea can still bring other players to, like what Mr. Sunday said, that he has not been you can't see Lukaku performing as a single striker if he's having other players alongside him, like supporting him. Like no, apart from Timo Werner, I think Timo Werner himself, I think they want to use Timo Werner as a standard 9, but it's not also working for Timo Werner. But if Chelsea can have another striker, either a number 9 or a player that plays as a false 9, I think you can see that he's working slightly with Kai Havertz, and you can see both of them playing hand in hand, and I think is better than when Lukaku and Timo Werner are playing together. So I think with time is going to get better, and laughing at him shouldn't be the solution. And some people are even nicknaming Lukaku Lakaka.
For me, Lukaku. If you look at Lukaku's situation, there are a lot of things that are actually causing that. Right? Number one, I would say that Lukaku is playing in a particular shape that he was not used to. Actually, that's number one. And number two, I will look at the Chelsea midfield. Right? We don't have the likes of a Fabregas, the likes of a Frank Lampard, that have this crazy vision that they conjure something from nothing into something.
Yes.
So we are yet to have those kind of midfielders that actually look at the striker up, or they raise their head up, they look at the striker and they understand themselves. You look at the partnership between Fabregas and
Diego Costa.
In fact, they had a very, very good partnership. If Fabregas holds the ball, he knows what is in the head of Diego Costa. He knows where he wants to run to. So I think that's one problem. And again, another problem is that if you look at the Chelsea strikers over the years, if they have this ruggedity, this dirty attitude, this
exactly.
Stubbornness. Look at Drogba, look at Diego Costa. There's no match he will play that he will not fight.
Sure.
So,
he's always aggressive.
So you see all those kind of ruggedity. Now I'm not saying that Lukaku does not have that. In fact, that most of the balls they actually play to Lukaku, he hardly win one on the air. I see that now there's a type of striker that Chelsea needs. Now, see, a striker like Haaland or Harry Kane will fit in very well. Seriously, now look at
Harry Kane, for example.
This is why I said Harry Kane is going to fit in Chelsea. Look at his third goal against Man City. His third goal against Man City. Look at it. Now, Harry Kane was not the favourite to actually head that ball. He wasn't the favourite because Kai Walker was actually in front of him.
Yes.
But he actually bullied his way in the air, and he actually scored that goal. So that's how Chelsea strikers used to look like in all those years. This ruggedity, this scoring out of nothing, I say that
coming out of nowhere to score goals.
Out of nowhere. But if you look at Lukaku now, he's always raising up his hand. Put in the ball.
Every time, but when you put in the ball, you're not giving that clinical finish.
Why not try and walk that ball out?
I wish his thumbs up at his goals. I think he'll be scoring up to 7 goals in every match.
Because it's actually funny. You just it's a striker that is playing for a champion and you want to win the league. You just be there. You are waiting for a particular pass that will make you to if they give you the pass now, all the defenders will just look at you.
It's not possible.
You bully your way. Look at a Drogba. He scores like goals from nowhere. You just chase the ball and the next thing he turns
crazy goal
and the ball is in the net. I say that. So I feel Lukaku still needs to develop that bullying attitude. See, Diego Costa bullied a lot of defenders in the Premier League. He bullied a lot. That's why the fact that he's not as big as Lukaku. But he bullied them both in the field of play. The way he uses his body and again he bullied them psychologically. Lukaku is too gentle for me. He's too gentle for me. He's just said this one thing. He just thumbs up. You do like this. Be rugged. You're a striker. You're playing for Chelsea.
Exactly.
You're playing for Chelsea.
I think that should be the most important thing. He should change his gameplay. And if you look at the like of you mentioned Haaland and Harry Kane and so many strikers. Also look at Firmino. Look at Suarez. They are not always at the front. Like you come down to the midfield. You know, have the ball. You have your number 7 or your number 11. Give them the pass. You run straight, but it's always at the front. And there's one thing you might do that is so annoying. If he's with the ball, it's not for me. It's not so skillful. It's just always guiding.
Yes.
And after guiding, it's going to fall down.
And do thumbs up.
And does.
So that's
Lukaku is set to mark his territory for Chelsea against Lille. Thomas Tuchel has come out to say this is not the time to laugh at the star striker for Chelsea, but let's encourage him and wish him well in today's game.
We are actually encouraging him.
Sure.
We are not encouraging him.
Yes, if you're just joining us, this is Football Flakes on Flip TV, where we'll talk about everything football. We've been breaking down word to word on how the Champions League game tonight is going to be. Lille versus Chelsea versus Lille, and Villarreal versus Juventus. These are the Champions League games we have for today, so don't miss it out. Don't miss out on watching the game. It's going to be 9 p.m. Central African time for those of you just joining here in Africa. Yes, moving on to the Premier League. Ronaldo, first person to reach 400 million Instagram followers. Yes, Ronaldo is the first person to reach 400 million followers on Instagram.
Like in the world?
In the world, yes. Wow. In the world of all time, he's the first person 400 million Instagram followers. I think he's the most influential player currently.
Wow, it's actually massive. I actually don't have a lot to say about that because I actually don't I'm not this Instagram like person, but definitely him getting 400 million, it shouldn't be a surprise to any of us here.
Sure.
Because it's actually the
all time. Sure.
Big influencer.
I said very, very influential. If you look at some of the things he does outside of football.
What football? Exactly.
Yeah. So he actually deserves that. He actually deserves that.
Okay, so reading down the full top 10. See Ronaldo 404 million followers. Kylie Jenner 312 million. Lionel Messi is just there 308 million.
Messi, why he's not just always, there. He's there. He's still
why
there.
Why is he always at the back of Cristiano Ronaldo every time? You see Ronaldo.
I think he's off pitch. He's still better than him than Messi. So on and off pitch, I think I know my goats. I think Ronaldo is still my
No,
goat.
in terms of the two players, I actually don't argue who is best.
They are both good.
They're serious. Those
But
guys
for me,
are
I prefer Ronaldo.
something. Yes, you have your own preference. Even me too. I actually prefer Ronaldo. I prefer Ronaldo. But those players, you can't actually compare the both of them. They're actually out of this world. They're out of this world.
Sure,
They're doing something extraordinary, really. They're doing something extraordinary.
Okay, yes. Then following Lionel Messi, John Johnson, 208 million. Selena Gomez, 298 million. Ariana Grande, 295 million. Kim Kardashian, 287 million. Beyonce, 258 million. Justin Bieber, 221. And Khloe Kardashian, 221 million. Now, still on the top 4 chances, now looking good. Smith Rowe says only Arsenal can rival Manchester United for the top 4 finish at the 4th place. Now, this 4th place is open to Arsenal or Manchester United. Before we round up on this program, what is your take on this top 4? You see Manchester United go getting that top 4 chance, or you see Arsenal getting that top 4?
For me,
the Premier League.
For me, I'll still pick Manchester United ahead of
Arsenal. Even though Arsenal now they are superb, they are really playing well. They've been doing good. These young guys, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, they are really impressive. So you think you'll pick Manchester United ahead of?
Yes, I'll pick Manchester United because of experience. Because in anything you want to do, if you want to get into the top 4, you want to win the league, consistency is key.
It's key.
Right, so I don't see this Arsenal team being so consistent because we found that they actually played against Burnley in a particular time. And I also they actually drew the match. A Burnley that is actually in 20th position. So there are some matches you don't draw if you want to make top 4. Exactly. So for me, I believe Manchester United have that consistency. They actually have that consistency. We find that since they drew against Wood, they have been
against Burnley. It's always
they have actually been winning. They drew against Burnley. They drew against Southampton. And from then they have been
Brighton
2-0. So I believe Manchester United for the 4th position because the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd position is already settled. It's already settled because I don't see those 3 coming down. Liverpool, Manchester City. I know Manchester City and Liverpool are even up. Even Chelsea, I can't see Chelsea coming down any soon. So it's actually the 4th position. But for me, I'll still pick Manchester United.
Manchester United are going to come out on top against Arsenal for the top 4 chances. Coming from Mr. Sunday. Mr. Sadiq, do you agree with Sunday?
Yeah, I also agree with Mr. Sunday about Manchester United clinching the 4th title in the Premier League because you can see their players now, you know.
He actually called it the 4th title, so they will give them a trophy for
yes, Manchester United fans. If they are not performing so well, what they will say is that don't worry, we'll end up in the top 4. So that's why I say the 4th title for Manchester United. You know, with their players having experience, the likes of let's start from the goalkeeper David De Gea is far better than Ramsdale. Their central backs, their midfield, to the forwards like Cristiano Ronaldo. No, I think there's no player better than Arsenal. Look at the midfield, Bruno Fernandes. Look at the defense, like Rafael Varane. So I think Manchester United are going to end up in the 4th position.
So for you personally, who would you want to be in that Champions League game? For you as an who would you want to be out of these 2 teams? Who would you like to watch among Arsenal and
Manchester United?
Because if you qualify for the top 4, you already qualify for Champions League next season.
Okay, if you want to talk about teams that are going to represent England
in the Champions League.
In fact, we should not be looking at only Manchester United, Arsenal, because Wolves are actually coming from the back.
Yeah, I think they're just 4 points behind.
Is there, but if you are looking at who represents England very well,
it should be Manchester United.
So I'll pick Manchester United. But if I want to do benefit of that, I just want to be nice. Like let's say, okay, let this one go at least. Huh?
Okay.
Let him go at least. I'll just pick Arsenal. But to represent England and at least do a little bit well in Champions League,
it should be Manchester United.
Yeah. Okay, yes, we're coming to an end of this wonderful edition of Football Flakes. If you're just joining us, you've missed a lot. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for always sticking with us. We've talked about different Champions League game happening later today. Chelsea versus Lille, Villarreal versus Juventus. Before moving on to the Premier League, game. Yes, we have a lot of chats. Mr. Yoruba, I see you. Good day, guys. Good day to Mr. Yoruba. Good day to Mr. Samuel Fadero. Chelsea don't see food, Joe. Lille can't stand them.
Exactly.
Then Yoruba said Chelsea have a big problem now. And Lukaku, 7th man of the world. Before we reply to these comments, Premier League table as it stands: Manchester City on 63 points, Liverpool on 57 points, Chelsea on 50 points, and Manchester United on 46 points. West Ham on 42, Arsenal on 42, and Arsenal have played just 23 games.
Yeah,
they have a lot of outstanding at hand. So yes, before we call it a day here in the football flakes, let us reply to Mr. Yoruba saying Chelsea have a big problem now. And Lukaku, 7th man of the world. And also Mr. Samuel said Chelsea don't see food, Joe. Lille can't stand them. Now Mr. Samuel is saying Lille can't stand Chelsea. How true is this that Lille are going to be underperforming in that game?
Oh, Mr. Yoruba said Chelsea 0 and Lille 4. It's not a matter of it's not about typing. I think it's about seeing the match and eventually seeing the winner.
The winner,
right?
So let us know your prediction. Let us know your prediction in the comment section below.
Mr. Samuel, the only way that type of thing will happen, that 0-4 is if you are playing
academy.
PS. No, if you used to play game. If you know how to play game.
I think he hates Chelsea so much that
you know how to play game.
He just always wants.
I'm not even sure if Chelsea Academy is going to play against the first team of Lille. I'm not sure this 4-0 is going to work. Because I think if Chelsea start Arrizabalaga
exactly.
Christensen, Chaloba, if they are starting their youth players, they can't concede up to 4 goals. So I think maybe that's a dreamland. Maybe
Mr. Samuel said Chelsea is going to win. Like Chelsea have seen free food.
Free food. No, Mr. Samuel is right. He's very, very right.
It's actually correct.
But at least let them keep saying free food till they get to at least.
But I actually advise you guys not to play down.
Lille. Sure.
The Lille side. This is the Champions League. Expect the unexpected. And again, as a matter of fact, they are actually coming to this stage for the first time. So they are going to give it their all.
Since 2007.
Sincerely, it's going to be a difficult game. But the only reason why Chelsea is going to win is because of the quality
and experience. Sure.
Okay, yes, because of the quality and the experience. So much comments, we can't take everything right now. Our man behind the live stream, Ali Amin, already gives signaling us to go. And yes, before we go, let's start set to open in the D contract talk. Let's start set to open in the D contract talk. Let's start City in the D. As he's a player that Leicester City loved and
very
loved.
I think he's one of the more the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League currently.
Yes.
So you think Leicester City to go all out to keep in the
sure
with the range?
Yes,
calling for them.
Yes, because if he's out of contract, he won't be in the market for like 2 to 3 weeks. Because when this player was still in the Premier League, what's his name? The guy that plays in PSG now.
PSG now.
Ghana.
Gueye.
Yes. Now, while he was still in the Premier League, he and Ndidi were the ones rivaling for the
best defensive midfielder.
The highest number of interceptions, the highest number of tackles won. See, Ndidi, since he has come to England, he's the first Nigerian now that I know that he's outstanding both in club and in country. Seriously, he has been outstanding. This guy deserves
a new contract.
A very, very big team. Not really a new contract. I need him
to leave. Yes, I think he needs to leave Leicester.
And he needs to be
winning, exposed to
winning trophies for his performance.
And his name is like bigger than where he is.
No, I'm very serious because if he Leicester City, they actually need to open the contract because if they leave his contract to expire and he's in the market, it won't take up to 3 weeks. It won't take up to 3 weeks because this guy is quality.
Sure.
It's quality. The reason why
and he's never getting tired.
Yeah, this is why people are not actually seeing his game so much. Is because he's
in Leicester City.
He's not playing top.
See, trust me, if he goes to the likes of, let's say, PSG, go to the likes of Chelsea
or Manchester United.
Exactly. You find out that
Manchester United because Manchester United.
No, I don't think I even fit in Manchester
because they went for Nemanja Matic.
They have Matic, exactly. They have McTominay. They have Fred. So I don't think him go to Chelsea. But I think he can go to Chelsea because I think in the next 2 seasons, I'm not sure, or 3 seasons, I'm not sure I can see Jorginho or N'Golo Kante in Chelsea team. So I think it's going to be a better replacement for N'Golo Kante.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yes. Now because of time, moving to the transfer talks. De Gea said he doesn't see himself leaving Manchester United. He said he was not going to ever leave Manchester United.
I think he's showing a top level of professionalism. You know, their fans, they have been abusing him for the past 2 to 3 seasons. That is a flop. He has not been consistent, and yet he's making crucial saves for Manchester United. Especially last season, he suffered a lot, and now this season is still suffering because the Manchester United defense is not so tight. You know, it's always sloppy, and he has been standing out for Manchester United. Look at him. There are some balls that or some shots you don't expect him to save, and it's like a miracle saving the shot. I think for me, he deserves a better team. I think he deserves a better team to win trophies. Just look at him. Exactly. He has matched. I think the all-time best goalkeeper in Manchester United, that's Van der Sar. He has matched his clean sheet, 138 clean sheets, and now they are the same clean sheet. I think they just have to keep winning trophies with his saves. Look at Mendy. He's making the saves, he's getting the trophies. Alisson making the saves, getting his trophies. Also, Jan Oblak making the saves, getting the trophies. I think he's one of the top.
You not mention the Tottenham keeper.
Tottenham keeper, Lloris. I think
that guy is out of this world.
He's also better, but I think he's with France is getting something with France. But I think David De Gea is let me just say for right now is the goalkeeper that is suffering the most. Look at he's not even starting the Spanish team, and even though he's starting the Spanish team, where has the Spanish team gone so far? I think in the last competition was the Euros. They were knocked out. So I just think he should find himself a better team, maybe Juventus. I think they are going for a new goalkeeper after Szczesny. I think Szczesny is not performing really better like he has been for the past years. So I think Juventus will be a better team for David De Gea.
Okay, yes, because of time I won't be able to go into much details. But if you're not joining us, this is Football Flakes. Yes, I see that I just joined. Welcome to Football Flakes. Here we'll talk about everything football. If you go to the live replay, we have talked about Chelsea against Lille happening today, later on in the Champions League. And we also have the Villarreal. They are facing Juventus. Juventus, even though are the favourites to win the game, but yes, the coach has said that we're not going to underestimate Villarreal. Yes, now we're in the transfer talk. Aubameyang, Inter Milan rather interested in signing Gabriel Jesus. You know, Gabriel Jesus has fought his way to the
Manchester City.
It didn't work out for him. Yes,
the one of
Manchester City.
Yes,
interested in signing him. He has failed to find that first team shirt for Manchester City, even though Manchester City don't have a recognized striker as it stands. But yes, that they failed to use Gabriel Jesus as their starting striker. Why is that, and why is so? And do you think Inter Milan would be a perfect fit for Gabriel Jesus?
For me, if you want to actually be a very very good footballer, I'm just saying my own. You need to go to the Italian league to go and learn, like to improve yourself. For me, because now and again, I will look at Inter Milan as a team that actually does not have ambition. They don't have ambition to win, really, because if you are a team that actually have ambition to win, you want to do something, you cannot be signing Gabriel Jesus. Like you want to win, like for now, I can't see
come in and fit in perfectly.
No, I can't see some things. The reason why now I'm not saying that Gabriel Jesus is not good. Now Gabriel Jesus is a player that for me, I feel he fits to be playing in the likes of Aston Villa, Everton and others, because there is no player that will go into a team managed by Guardiola and Klopp that will not shine. Seriously, I'm telling you, because their pattern of play will make you feel as if you are so good and all that.
You'll be hungry to develop more yourself.
Seriously, it will make you feel that because the pattern of play is so easy, it's so sleek.
Interesting. Yes, you want to keep playing, match out.
It's not very straightforward. It's not very straightforward. Look at, I'll give you an example of what's his name? Oxlade Chamberlain. Before he left from Arsenal to Liverpool, he was actually sitting on the bench.
Sure, he was a dead player.
On the bench. He was sitting on the bench. So when he got to Liverpool, look at him today. Look at him today. So you see those systems. You find that Guardiola's system is very understandable. It fits any player. That is more reason why you find out that they build a star player out of nothing. look at Arnold, for example, perfect example. Arnold was nobody.
And also Robertson also, I think it was from League One in the Premier League.
All City for that matter.
And they brought him.
But look at him, he's one of the best left back in
the world,
in the Premier League and even in the world. I see that. So those guys have the potential, the capacity of bringing out the best from average players, alright. Now, if Gabriel Jesus would leave Man City, if he leaves Man City today, I'm telling you seriously, he might go on extinction from there. Seriously, because
I will forget his name.
Yeah, you might go on extinction from there because I'm not seeing him as a spectacular player like that.
Yes, Gabriel Jesus is not a spectacular of a player coming from Mr. Sunday. Yes, this is where we'll draw the curtain on the more exciting show in the world right now. Football Flakes is the most exciting show. Thank you, viewers. I see you coming in. I see all of you commenting. Thank you, Mr. Samuel. Thank you, Mr. Fadero. Thank you, Iyoba. Thank you all for commenting and sticking with us at this time of Football Flakes. I'm afraid we'll have to draw the curtain here from the studio. Don't forget, we talked about all the Old Champions League games that is happening today. Villarreal against Juventus and Chelsea against Lille. Catch us again tomorrow. We'll be analyzing the game, the match review of today's game, and also for tomorrow's game, the big game, Atletico versus Manchester United, happening on Wednesday. Catch us live at Football Flakes. Don't forget, never crack under pressure. I still remain Wilfred Willie, signing out. And
yes, I still remain Sadiq Oyineni. Don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe. It's very, very important. Subscribe for more updates on sports.
Yes,
for me, I'm Sunday Junior signing out. Peace.
Yes, Mr. Yoruba, thank you. I see you, Mr.